Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another irregularly scheduled podcast. In today's tennis news, the WTA #1 has lost his first round match in Brisbane, Australia. Beckett, what are your thoughts?
Apparently, he looked like he didn't try at all. That's what everyone's saying. And my response is, when has he ever looked like he's tried?
My hot take, I watched the highlights. Listen, I'm not staying up late or getting up early to watch these matches for the Australian Open maybe, but I just watched the highlights. To me, he didn't seem that bad. I thought he played a tough opponent, but he plays his game. He doesn't look nearly as fast. I don't think he's going to be threatening for a major anytime soon unless he can come through some miraculous physical thing. Maybe he talks to Sinner's team about some special creams. I don't know. But overall, I think he's still like a top 50 looking player to me in the next couple of months, if it's what he wants to do. I know we're pretty hard on the guy.
I don't know that
he still looked pretty good.
I don't know that he wants to like put in a couple of months.
I don't know that he does either. Like this could be the end. He also didn't make Australian Open. They didn't give him a wild card. They chose Stan instead, which is kind of funny given their history.
Yeah,
makes a lot more sense though. Stan is a
former champ.
But to me, if he wants to actually give this a real go, I think he could make some appearances in like fourth rounds, quarterfinals, that kind of thing moving forward into the year. I don't think he looked nearly as bad as people said.
I feel like we're a little too dark.
Okay. We're pausing, and we'll see you back here, hopefully better lit. Will it hide my gut?
Your gut is overexposed. No one can see it. Yeah, as far as some of the other matches, I do find the preseason, this isn't preseason, but I count pre-AO as preseason. I find it a little bit hard to follow.
Well, again, there's like 9 different tournaments going on all at once.
They've added one in Hong Kong. Did you see that?
Which is like kind of cool. China seems like a pretty good crowd to play in front of.
100%.
So, when you watch the highlights, you feel that. I'm up for going anywhere where the crowd is fun. I want the schedule to be a little bit more comprehensible. It's something that we've harped on before. You don't need to hear it from us again, but come on, ATP. Like, it's completely unfathomable if you're someone relatively new trying to dip your toe in to figure this out. I don't know how you'd make sense of why things are happening how they are. And then they've got this like United Cup thing going on, and you go, well, what are the stakes for this? Well, if it's big deal, why is everybody playing everywhere else? Is
the United Cup they seem to sort of care about because it is a team event.
It's fun. It could be way more fun if it was just what was happening.
Had a nice win over Taylor Friddle.
Everybody's having a nice win over Taylor Friddle right now. Taylor Friddle has a bum knee, apparently.
Ouch.
And I think it's just one of those things where it's not that bad and you just have to play through it. But clearly he's not playing well. Doesn't bode well for his Australian Open chances if he can't get that sorted out, which, speaking as someone significantly less athletic and hardworking, those kind of things don't go away instantly. But maybe they do if you're a star athlete. I don't know.
Speaking of Taylor Friddle, and then to redirect it onto myself, the other day I sent it to you, but Slinko finally posted the video of me getting forehand training by Taylor Fritz's coach.
I did see you
Coach Mike Russell.
I did not watch it.
You should have watched it.
Because it's you.
I wasn't in it very much, but when I was in it, you can barely tell that I shanked the volley into the net.
Wow. How proud of you was he at the end?
He said he wishes he could have coached me instead, but Taylor just has too much money.
Yeah, at this point, you got to stick with the horse he brought, but clearly you're the better choice, obviously.
I mean, we have the same posture. It's really not that different. All right, next up, I've got one for you to hold. Here you go.
Ooh, it's different.
And one for me to hold. So the speeds have been updated. They were updated last year. But this is like, I guess, the official update because the speed that you've been using is a special edition, the Legend. These are like the standard version. The paint is matte, and they've added a new model. This is the 97 Tour that they've added, and I have tried it. And now I'm going to tell you about my first impressions, which I didn't tell him that I was going to do, and he's the owner of the podcast, so eat it.
You've really just commandeered this thing.
Yeah, so the 97 plays strikingly like the MP. It's the same beam thickness, so it's a 23 millimeter flat beam. Most of the
How many strings does it have?
same amount, 16, 19. Most of the reduction in the head shape is a shortening this way, so it's not narrower, but it does feel significantly less forgiving. The sweet spot on center is just as deep as with the Speed MP, but the drop off center, it becomes quite a bit less forgiving. That said, I did only try it with RPM Blast. That was a little bit old because Luca had wore it out already, but I am begging and bothering Head every single day for a long-term review copy so we can get that to you.
Why aren't they giving it to us?
Well, they sent us 2 Speed MPs instead for some reason.
Foolish.
Wait, let's make a thumbnail right here. Just like, hold it, facing. Yeah. But don't cross over yourself. Switch hands. Mike's in the center. All right, how does this look? Lean in a tiny amount. Lower. Yeah. Thumbnail. All right.
Initial
what do you think of
impressions?
the paint job?
I like the Legend I have a lot more.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty standard, pretty boring. I do like the embossed little racket they got here.
Yours
going
has
on.
that too.
I know, but it's nice. I like it. I like the look of this throat, the way it's kind of got a plateau.
Like a trapezoid
And
shape.
then the he bore, whatever that means, that's for you and your nerds to figure out. I do like how it says Austrian engineering, like they're very proud of that. And then just below it in smaller font it says made in China. Overall, I don't know. Doesn't drive me crazy. It's kind of boring.
It has a metallic fleck if you kind of hold it to the light. It's a subtle metallicness. I don't know. I don't mind it. It's not offensive. I think it's fine for Head's bestseller. Might as well go conservative. I think did you ever feel the weird velvety texture on the previous version?
No.
It was like the Diadem Nova.
Oh. You don't like that.
No, I hate it.
I kind of like it. I don't mind the diadem feel. It's the look that really drives me nuts of the diadems. They just look kind of tinsely. But if you get down into it, it's like it's a high quality product done in a low class way. I don't know if class is the right word, but it's just
not
it's a little
lacking class. It's that it doesn't feel like
Doesn't
a
drive me
modern
crazy.
graphic design.
It doesn't. I wouldn't run and tell somebody about it and say, look at how good this looks. In fact, I wouldn't tell anybody I had it at all.
One thing I do
it's
want
weird.
to just interrupt you on, because no one cares about your opinion on Diadem, is everyone has been asking me. They stop me on the street and they say, Simon is using a black racket. I thought he was using the Dunny.
Really?
What's up with that? Everyone
stopped you on the street?
Literally, I was at a Canucks game. That's how you already know I'm lying.
Yes. I just we went through these motions with that Dunlop where several different times we had changed it in a way that I clicked with it immediately, and it really, really worked. And then we'd send it back and nothing seemingly would change, but all of a sudden the racket had almost a different personality. And this latest bout that we went through it was insanely launchy. I thought it was just me, potentially, but then I gave it to you. You experienced the same thing, and I just got kind of sick of having this hot and cold relationship with a racket. It is very powerful, and I've found myself currently, subject to change, leaning more towards something like the Speed MP, which in my opinion, is not a powerful racket. It lets me give whatever I want to give into it, and it's sort of this 1-to-1, or maybe if I put 100% in, it gives me like 90 to 85% power, which is maybe not ideal at high levels, but for me, having that base level control has been helpful. It keeps me in the rallies, and I'm a moonballer now. I'm hitting you with moonballs from all corners.
I've also noticed since you've gone to the Speed, your little stupid dinky inside-out slice backhand thing that you put up the line is right back.
Nasty now.
You didn't have that shot for several months.
And I've been using the new Grapplesnake Soldier. Is that what it's called?
Soldier, yeah.
It's called the Soldier. funny name with a terrible catch line. I mean,
we love Grapplesnake, but the tagline is there is a mission that needs to be done.
Obviously, it's called the Soldier. It should be called Infiltrate the Court. That's the catch. But, neither here nor there. Beckett was super cold on the string immediately, but I tried it. I actually really like it. I think I developed tons of spin. And you put that string in there 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I've used it a ton.
It's been a long... It might have been a month already, honestly.
I've used it a ton. It's super notched, and it still feels quite good. I have no complaints about that string. Other than the
really
horrific
holds
catch
tension, like, extremely well. It bites the ball hard. The tricky thing is it does have the sandpapery texture on it that we've seen in the last couple of grapple snakes, and you kind of have to let the string wear that off in the crosses, and then they start snapping back a little more.
Interesting. I didn't really have a huge problem breaking it in. I didn't feel like. One thing I did notice, especially though, touch is amazing.
Touch is unreal.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And when you add that to the Speed MP, what I'm already getting from the racket, I felt like it complemented it really well. I want to see it again in my strings. I don't know. We always try different things, but I'm big on the Soldier.
Yeah, I'll try to get us a reel of that and see how we go from there. Should we do this?
Sure. Well, I left that for last if you want to leave it in. But
leave that for last. Viewer debates. I changed the name. I thought it was a little spicier.
Okay. It's viewer comments. They're not questions. Who else is doing this? You know what pissed me off, though?
What?
Last podcast, which is like a week and a half ago at this point, we do fan questions. Nobody else is doing fan questions. You know who does fan questions and makes it his own freaking segment this week? Andy Roddick.
Aye.
It's his entire show. Every Thursday, he's going to post fan questions, and he's just going to respond to them. The guy is copying our entire style.
Luckily, we're adding a new segment.
Luckily, he has no reputation in the tennis community. He's never done a single thing, so nobody's going to take him seriously. But anyways, we're spicing it up with fan comments, which Beckett has renamed viewer debates. And the first one is from Franco Tarantino 2679. And this is something I hugely agree with. The South American tour deserves more respect. I know I formatted that
tiny.
Terribly. The South American tour deserves more respect. I completely agree. This tour is, to me, one of the most fun parts of the year.
You mean the swing that's between... Swing. That's the random dirty clay segment in between the two hard courts.
Every time it goes... It is a terrible formatting. Like, it makes no sense that it's happening, but the tournaments themselves are electric. The people in South America have more passion for tennis than almost anywhere else in the world, except maybe France. Like
France gets
spicy as heck. But in the same way, in the same vein, I love watching these.
But I feel
you can feel the energy. You can hear the crowd.
I feel like in France they cheer a lot, but they cheer against.
Oh, big time!
But in South America, they are a little more. No. There's as much negative, but there's a little more positive.
There's so much positive, and I don't care about the negative. I think it all adds to it. You come to someone's home turf, you should feel like you're on their turf. I'm a huge supporter of the crowd influencing the matches for their home players. I think it adds such a dynamism to the match when you have to not only play the player, you have to play the crowd as well. I absolutely love it. And the energy they give their home players is like nothing else in this world.
Okay, so what would you do, given that it feels like it's kind of just shoved in the schedule?
Yeah.
How would you kind of clean that up?
Well, I think the whole tour needs a complete revamp. They need to completely change how they do things. Like I say, I want simplified scheduling. I don't want everybody going to all these tournaments all the time. Maybe bigger breaks, and you can have cycles where you go to these places once every 2 years or once every 3 years, and you simplify the schedule per year, but then change the locations of these tournaments as you go so that everybody... Jesus Christ.
Who is that?
Hunter.
Oh. Should we take a guest call?
It's okay. You change the locations per annum. So you go to these places, it's simplified, you make it feel big every time you're there because it's the only tournament happening. But I think there needs to be much, much, much more emphasis put on the South American tour because it is where the fans are going. And clearly, They can afford tickets. I don't know what's going on, but fuck, you look at any tournament these days and it feels like 90% of the crowd's empty because they price these tickets like crazy. They're selling them to corporations who don't go, or for the super rich who can afford the stands in the bottom, and there's no life in these tournaments. I truly think tennis is kind of dying as a sport because of it. We're pricing ourselves out of existence, and the South American Tour is keeping us alive.
We're not going to the local Davis Cup 30 minutes down the road because the tickets are obscenely overpriced.
It makes no sense. It prices us to the point where I actually don't want to go.
And another thing about the South American Tour, on the men's side, because that's the only side I know, there are quite a few South American players representing. The fan base is strong, as we've said, not only in person, but we get decent action through the YouTube channel, and a lot of Brazilians do string and racket consultations.
Interesting.
For me. So, there's clearly a very passionate fan base there, and I think that when you're looking at who loves tennis, they are quite a bit more deserving of their own 1,000 compared to the Saudis.
100%. I mean, you get it. Next up is from Dr. Oliver. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. I literally can't see your names
Oliver.
due to my own stupidity.
It might be pronounced Drawliver.
Drawliver has said, some major misunderstanding on Learner Teen there. Yes, his serve is not his strength. However, player after player talks about Teen's ability to control points from the baseline and make you play like crap. I think you've agreed with us completely.
I agree with that. I just think that in itself is not enough. There needs to be point-ending weapons.
We're not talking about him, whether or not he's a good player. I think he's an amazing player. I think he's probably going to be consistently in the top 20 very, very soon. If he's not already, I think he's outside the top 20,
I think he is too. But from a court sense point of view, he certainly easily has a top 10, if not better,
but
court sense tennis
IQ. We're talking
IQ.
about titles. We have two players who win everything they play in, and they play every major. We need somebody to break through and at least make a third case for why are we watching this tournament. I don't want to have a foregone conclusion for the final. I don't know why I'm watching the rest of the tournament at that point. I want somebody to break through and say, no, I am here too. We at one point thought it was Runa. He had the ego, he had the mania, and he had the style, and then it seemed like he's taken several steps back. Now he's injured. Who knows what he's going to be when he comes back. But right now, I don't really see anyone who's the third player in line for this race. And with Teen's game as it stands, he is not going to do it. He needs to make some big improvements, especially on a serve. But he's still an amazing player. We haven't had a misunderstanding. We're in full agreement. John Smith-ZF1FD says, always thought the magic was in the holes. I've removed the rest of his comment so that it's taken out of context. Thank you for your comment.
No argument.
Nicholas Abrams 9164 says, rank the new V-Core models worst to best of the ones you've tried.
This
not
is
a question,
obviously
that's a
for me because you've tried one. Okay. I've tried.
How many are there?
There, from the ones that we will care about.
There's a 95.
There's the 95. There's a 98. I think there will be a 98 Tour, but that doesn't seem to be out. The 95 is stocked in some places. The 100 and 100D are also out. And then I believe there will be plus lengths of the 98 and the 100, but those will also come later, I think, when the Tour comes. The ones that I've tried, it's 98, 100, and 100D, so there's 3.
Totally.
I've only tried the D once. I've tried the 98
that was
twice.
when Luca gave you his D.
That was when Luca gave me his D, and I've tried the 100 a million times. The 100, if I take myself back to the day that I hit the rackets with Luca, the power on the 100 and the 100D really makes it feel like the 98 doesn't give you anything, even though the 98 is like one of the most powerful 98s there is. It's like 100 levels of power.
It's crazy
so
power.
To me, it's like 100D, 98, 100.
Excellent. Thank you for your question, Nicholas Abrams. Next up, we have Jessica Vegan. I disagree. I totally think Alcaraz will start slipping. The fact that he fired JCF means he wants to party more and work less. This is the beginning of the end.
My concern is we have a female viewer on the podcast.
Could be an incognito, but if we do, that's incredible. You're our first, I think, Jessica. So shout out to you. Does she have a point? Do you think that he'll start slipping? Are there any concerns?
Here's what I disagree with here. He fired JCF. Carlos did not fire JCF. I don't think their
team kind of let him go.
The management, which is controlled by his dad and these other guys, felt like JCFs wanted different things from what the team wanted.
They said Viva Las Vegas.
I don't think Carlos was very involved in the decision.
Interesting. I think you've got a point. Maybe he will. We won't know until the Australian Open. Jessica Vegan, you could be prescient.
Has he looked? Have you watched him play? He hasn't played.
He hasn't played yet.
Except for him and
Look
Sinner
how
played
out of touch
some.
Beckett is. He doesn't watch any tennis. This guy, all he cares about is rackets. He can only talk frames. You ask him to list the new V-cores, he can list off 7 different models that are coming out. But he doesn't care. Fan questions. First up, Henry Britton 1190 would be very interested to hear more on Beckett's views on thick beam rackets and why they are better for winning points.
Because they help you not lose points.
Would you like to expand on that? I think I can go for that. I mean,
yeah, you go.
To me, when I use a thick beam racket, I played golf a lot as a kid, and if you golf at all, there are these different kinds of cavities, which means the thickness of the irons is either bigger or smaller. And what that does is when you hit the ground, if it's a really thick iron, it'll hit the ground and kind of stay and float on the grass, and so you can make really clean contact. But if you get better, we've always been told go to a thinner face because you can get more spin, you get more feel, you get more playability. Those are called blades, but they're much, much more difficult to use. When I use a thick frame, it's the same thing. It's more forgiving. It gives you more ability to control balls that you didn't hit pure. And when you use a thinner beam, you certainly feel way more when you hit off center shots. You don't get that consistent performance. What I think a lot of people have learned is forgiveness is just better a lot of the time. And it also, in tennis in particular, seems to give you a lot more power as well because it gives you that extra stability. You're controlling a ball that's coming towards you with energy. You need to be able to return that energy in a more efficient manner, and I think a thicker beam tends to do that in general.
It's also about percentage tennis, right? Like the idea that you want more control because you have this pinpoint precision being important to you. That is not the aiming for a dime on the court is not a high percentage way of winning tennis. It's better to hit a harder, heavier ball to a safer spot more often, and you'll be able to do that from worse positions with a more forgiving, thicker beam frame.
That's why I love GMP. He just says, to hell with all that. I'm hitting every ball as hard as I can. If we get into a rally, I'm going to hit it 1,000,000 miles an hour to a 0.01 millimeter place, and if I get it, I get it.
And what does he use? A thick beam frame.
Next up is Body Count. Now that you guys are taking questions, I wonder what racket you guys would suggest me to check out for a switch. I've been playing with my Aero VS, 5 grams at 12 plus leather. I don't understand any of this.
This is a long question. This is clearly for me. I think I need to read this.
But before you read this. You read this question. I'm going to put it up on the screen for you to send. But I am thinking about a new segment. You guys can tell us if you like it or not. But if you send me an email, I'm thinking, send us a video of you guys playing tennis. Send us a little bio about what you're looking for in a frame, what your play style is, what your string choice is. Beckett is going to give you a free racket consultation. We'll pick one viewer per week. If that's too much work for Beckett, we'll go down to once every 2 or once a month. But it might be fun. Who knows?
Once per podcast seems reasonable, but you have to send in a video. And then you have to also be okay with us making fun of you.
Absolutely. That's half the fun, right? Is we're going to make fun of your tennis. You guys watch us play all the time.
And you make fun of us a lot.
You should frankly make fun of us more. We're terrible. But something to consider. Now that you've read this question from Bodicant.
Way too much weight in the handle. You're just slowing yourself down. Like, you've got a leather grip, which adds like 10 grams, plus 5 more grams, plus 2, like 1 more overgrip than you need. So you're talking about 25 grams in the handle that is doing what?
It's balling. You're a shill for light frames now these days, dude. You've changed.
That's absurd.
The Beckett I knew wanted a 500-gram lead balloon.
I never put that much in the handle.
Oh, really?
No, that's great. That's like 1 overgrip more than I would ever put.
Interesting. Well, Bodicant, how much should he take out, would you say? Just to start with. Or should he just weasel his weight? It's a lot of work to take. We want to do this in one shot. We want to fix this guy up.
All right.
Give me a solid answer.
You love it, but you need to create more crafty, knife-like slices. You're going to have to wait 2 weeks for the release of the craftiest racket that we've tried for quite some time.
Now, I have left that as sort of an offshoot of my racket rankings as well. But
Well, we'll just tell them now.
Okay.
When are you going to have this ready?
Soon. Could be minutes.
Okay, I'm not going to leak the final prototype, but it is the functional tennis FT99. This thing is a slice machine.
This thing is an absolute beast of a racket. I am sort of in love. I mean, much like I talked about blades with the golf clubs, and nobody cares about my thoughts on golf or tennis, really, but it's not an easy racket to use. This feels more old school in that it punishes you a little bit more.
You gotta send it. You gotta send it with all you got.
But it's very, very endearing. And when you get in it, when you're getting it right, it feels amazing. And just the quality itself. This is just the prototype. The quality feels really nice. This feels like a luxury product. I think this thing has a ton of potential. And if I could get better at tennis, I would totally main this. And I might have to anyways.
Another one, I take it back. If you really like obscenely headlight, Prince Ripcord 98 might be good.
Tell us a bit more about your involvement in the development of this, because you've been really ground up.
Yeah, so I believe I tried the first round of prototypes almost 2 years ago, maybe 1.5 years ago, for the Functional Tennis 99.
And it was a nightmare.
It was like someone took a Gravity MP and made it less stable. Which, that's the worst thing about the Gravity MP is the stability sucks. It twisted a lot. It was launchy. It flexed too much. The feel was still nice back then. And I was like, man, battery exhausted.
So Beckett unbelievably forgot to charge the camera.
I had it up to 66%. I thought that would be enough.
Have we just talked this long?
I'm not sure.
We're sorry.
But I tried, then he sent me another one, and it was better. Stability was improved, and then the newest one, stability is, it's not a massively stable frame, we have to remember. Like, it's a thinner beam, it's a 99, and it has a low swing weight, so it's never going to be massively stable, but it's much improved. It's super fun to play with. The tip awareness is among the best on the market. You have so much control over the feel of the string bed. The development philosophy is like it's supposed to be kind of like carry a bit of an ethos from the Saber, right? Like the tiny thing. And I think the feel is pretty similar.
I think it's totally similar.
Yeah.
I mean, the Saber was such a high quality product. Like, that's the thing. It's a tiny racket. Give me the Saber. I want the Saber in my hands.
Here you go.
Let me feel it. I mean, look at this thing. It is absolutely gorgeous. It has such a nice quality finish. The paint scheme is amazing. I mean, this guy really should consult for Diadem on how to paint a racket. But
yeah, it's solid.
Like, there's nothing better than this as far as the feel goes.
Somehow the final version kind of loses all the magic, eh?
Oh.
It's the same, but it loses the magic.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to give you our thoughts on the paint job later.
All right.
Next up, your favorite, or, well, he's trying to push for your favorite.
That should have
viewer.
been in the fan argument section. What are you doing?
I don't know.
And you also skipped, what are your plans for tournaments and league play in 2026, and why are they massive?
Where did I put that?
That's the number 2 question.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. Next up, X-Gym class. We almost skipped you, and I'm so sorry about that. What are your plans for tournament/league play in 2026? And do you have any?
I'm going to play Burnaby because it's the closest tournament, and I don't want to drive an hour after work, and that's it.
Here's my thing. Burnaby almost ruined me last year. I was playing the best tennis of my life. It was all going very swimmingly. And then I played a tournament, and it completely fell apart.
I think you just weren't quite ready. You weren't
had
ready.
forehand yips for 2 months, and during that time, Trey came over, and he evened the score.
Yeah,
he evened the score because of Burnaby. It is horrible. And I don't know if I'll ever get that back. I liked having that win over him, and now he's looking amazing. It's all gone downhill, but I've turned a big corner. I'm much more competitive than Beckett. I love playing tournaments. I love getting in the muck. I think I'm going to try and play.
I'm more competitive.
You're less competitive.
Or am
than
I confusing that for argumentative?
You are very argumentative. That's true. I think I'm going to play as many tournaments as I can.
How much gas will you burn?
Oh, God. I fired up the 6.2 to come over here. It's like 4 blocks, but it's a little bit cold, and I didn't want to walk, and I didn't want a scooter. So I fired up a 6.2-liter V8 to drive 2 minutes down the road, and I felt like an idiot.
Premium. All right. I've realized Tamagon Bagel actually did have a question.
He has a question. That's why he's in questions.
I'm going to read it. Dear Sir Beckett the Wise, stolen from another viewer, but respectable. With the year of spin upon us, how are you viewing spin rackets in today's game market? With power penetration and robbing time at a premium, are spin rackets outdated or generally less preferable to power rackets? Like control rackets are kind of outdated now. Or are spin rackets generally just as playable but for different players? I think the whole concept that spin rackets and power rackets are different is complete marketing. It's BS.
Thank you for your answer.
That's all.
Cool Awesome Dude asks, why did Yonex chicken out of the 16 by 20 VCore 98?
He also said, don't stop potting.
We don't need to everybody can see it. It's going to be there.
Why did Yonex chicken out? Honestly, I don't know that racket needs tighter pattern. Like the control is fine.
Why is Yonex making rackets for $360 Canadian? That's outrageous to me. This is getting completely out of
we
hand.
know why.
Because they can?
It starts with a T. Ends with an F.
I thought it ended with a P.
Also that.
Thank you for your question, Cool Awesome Dude. Last up, A. Evans 1979 asked, because he is probably the only one who cares, what my final order of racket manufacturers is.
I've got a Pacific for you.
And I don't think this is like a quality question. This is my thought on where they are in the zeitgeist.
Question is sponsored by my friend Franco, who lent me the racket like the 98J, this Pacific.
Would you like to redo the segment?
No. And this Japan exclusive Prince Tour 03.
This is a nice racket. This is old, I assume.
Yeah, so like Fisher produced rackets called the Fisher X97 or something, and then the mold, some IP was purchased by Pacific, who then remade them. This is the racket, or was for a long time, racket of choice for the VT Advantech owner.
Kind of feels like a Prince racket in a way, and I honestly didn't notice it wasn't.
1620 kind of has a Yonex-y shape too.
Does have a Yonex-y shape. But anyways, you can see all my lists. Okay, my main things are I'm using head now. It feels kind of dirty to put head in third, but I'm using it now. They're a legitimate company.
You ought to read the rankings out for the viewers.
All right, we've got Yonex, Babolat, head. Then I put Dunlop, and I felt sort of weird about putting Dunlop anywhere. I really like Dunlop.
How are you putting Techie so low?
This is my reasoning. I I don't like them that much. I haven't really used a Technofiber that I've
Say
liked.
that to the camera.
I don't like Technofiber rackets that much. I've never really connected with one. I think
you
they
liked the T-fights on the first day we tested them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I use them for half an hour and they feel great, and then my arm's going to fall off after 40 minutes, and I don't know why.
Why is your arm falling off?
I don't know.
Because I have been getting you grip. I've been getting Technofibers in grip 2, which is too small for big boy.
I think they look great. I think they're a legitimate company, but to me personally, and this is my highly biased, uneducated opinion that you shouldn't take
for
seriously.
This ranking?
This is just in the zeitgeist. This isn't quality of frames either.
This is just your gut.
This is just gut. This is like you're just asking me. You're putting me in a corner, and you're saying you have to rank these out ASAP. I took 2 seconds to do this, and I just followed my heart. Okay. So I went Yonex, Babolat, Head, and I felt dirty about that. I didn't like it. I want to rank them lower, but I can't.
But you did it.
I did it. Dunlop, Technofiber, Wilson. And what I would say is if Wilson could put together like 2 or 3 good rackets in a row, I'd put them instantly probably numbered 1 or 2.
Wow.
I'm ready.
But 2 or 3 in a row, that's a hot streak.
The brand of Wilson, to me, still holds a lot of value.
Really?
And they're sliding, but they could come back like nothing to me.
I should not say this, but I didn't get the information from an official source, so I'm going to say it.
Okay.
So you know the leak on the Python?
Yes.
Have you seen the prototype paint job?
Of course not.
Okay, it's like a black snake skin. It looks so cool.
That's cool.
But then it's got a red line on it. Out of just nowhere. It's like kind of like a graffiti red line.
In a good way.
No, it's like, what does that do? Well, it looks fine. But it could be a hint for the name. Because if you think about things that spin fast, the limit of fast spinning occurs at...
No idea.
The red line.
Oh, God. You're talking engines now. They're bringing engines into this?
They could be calling it the red line is what I'm saying. And...
So you're pretty excited about this racket,
I'm excited about this racket, but that's a stupid name.
Red line
Python
is a line.
With a Python paint job is sick.
That is sick. It should be just Python.
Yeah.
I like that name. I think keep that name, Wilson.
It's so funny.
You're going to be fine. Next up is Slinko. Great company. I don't think they should feel ashamed about where they are. They're still relatively new. I mean, they've only been making rackets.
Honestly, well, no, they've been making rackets from before that, but apparently they were so bad they didn't sell, and then they took a break.
Okay, so this is their comeback story.
The comeback is great.
They're doing good.
Yeah,
keep it up. Prince, I felt bad about putting Prince this low. To be honest,
I understand, but you can't put them higher.
You can't put them higher, but I love Prince in my heart. Then I put Diadem, and then these last 3, like ProConnects. Terrible name. The rackets, I did some moderate research and looked it up. The rackets look pretty good, actually.
The paint jobs? They're top tier on the paint jobs.
Okay, have you tried a ProConnects?
No.
Okay, so I can't rank them high. Then I put Volkel, which had terrible looking rackets. And I also haven't tried them.
I have, they're not good.
And then I put Lacoste at the bottom because is that even a legitimate
Not really, because they're just Technofibers.
But I can't put them in the boutique brands because it's not a boutique manufacturer.
Okay, so then you ranked... The boutiques. Bolt, #1 racket overall, but I put it in the boutique. Yeah, that would be above Yonex, just for clarification.
Then Angle, who you really don't like, but I think...
I don't not like them.
The racket I used I really liked, but not only did I really like it, but it just had a prestige, you know? It felt good.
Yeah, it was the React 99 Pro. It was a great racket.
Next up, I put Nordic Plops. I thought that was
Did you try it?
Yeah, I used it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Now, I don't know if you are offended about me putting this on
I'm
here.
offended. You got to put it at the bottom.
Because of the history of Beckett slandering them.
Do you really think it's better than the Sabre?
They only make one racket. Okay, then I put Functional Tennis. The reason is they only make one racket, and it's this big.
Did Ali beat you with it? Is that why?
Now he also beat me with it. It was horrible. Listen, as soon as they release this next racket, it's going to be a different story. But Nordic Plops racket was actually pretty high quality.
It was pretty good.
It looked great, felt nice, quality item. Next up, I put Pacific, who I had never heard of in my life, and that was the first time I've ever held a racket.
Just based off that.
But do they still sell rackets?
I thought they
maybe. Do. On their website, they list a 107 square inch racket. Which
These boutique brands, you don't want to go to their websites.
Lastly, I put Mizuno, which is a golf company, and I did not see any tennis rackets on their website.
They're in Asia already.
Interesting.
But we will get some next week.
They're starting racket manufacturing now.
No, they're out. They've been out in Asia, and they're just not here. They've been out.
The boutique is subject to change.
We tried it.
We did?
Yeah.
When?
In San Francisco.
Oh, it was that racket. I never tried it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh,
but you liked it.
Yeah, it was good. We should have them soonish.
I'm excited. Mizuno was my first real set of golf irons, and they were fantastic. High quality blades, of course.
I have a feeling Mizuno is going to move from boutique to main list and be higher.
Excellent. Last up on the list, I don't know if this will be fun. No, don't click it. Jesus Christ.
That's the thing I'm surprising?
Yes, you're surprised.
Okay.
I just want you to lightning round. You don't even know what the segment is. I want you to rank these players. There's 5 choices. We're going to go quickly.
It's this game.
You just have to put them in, and you're locked in.
Okay.
First up, you've already spoiled it.
I haven't seen any of them.
It's John Isner. 1 to 5.
3.
3. Going 3 right away. Okay. Secondly, Riley Opelka.
5.
5. Why are you putting him 5?
His Twitter game is bottom of the list.
It is bad. Like, it's
broken
not even fun.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
His interviews are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the uglier strokes on tour.
Mm-hmm.
He is surprisingly speedy, but he's not even close to John Isner. John Isner smokes him all day.
I can't even believe you put John Isner number 3. Next up, Evo.
Got to be 4, I guess.
Okay.
Are we counting all-around games or just serves?
Have you not figured out what this is yet?
Is this just serve
This is
ranking?
just your guts. This is your guts.
It's just elite serves. Number 4.
Okay.
Number 1. My hero. Oh, no.
Tell me why you think GMP is better than John Isner. Why would you say that?
GMP is just at the start of his career.
Mm-hmm.
He has, 2 Wimbledon finals already? It's only up from here. We're talking about Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner dominating, and we're thinking Ben Shelton is going to do something about it. It's GMP who is going to do something about it. He's got a one-handed backhand, but he's tall, so it never gets out of his strike zone.
Never.
It's just all perfect strike zone for him.
And you look at the hardest backhands on tour.
They're
bunch of them are
all
his.
GMP, biggest serves, biggest forehands. His return game, if you want to strike fear into your opponent, it's the GMP return. He lines that thing up, it's like you didn't even serve.
Thank you, and well done.
You're welcome.
Good case. Thank you for watching. Unless you have anything to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Leave your questions and debates for next time. We're picking the most controversial, rudest questions next time.
I couldn't believe how many of you left comments this time. It was insane. Very much appreciated. Keep them coming. Keep your fan statements coming as well. We love when you disagree with us. Or I do, at least. Beckett hates it. Beckett's a tyrant, and he wants everyone to think exactly how he does.
Or just leave, obscenely rude hate comments on Luca's channel. That would give us both deep pleasure.